Hello friends, Adam Shaw from my studio here in Northern California. And today I would like to revisit the Maurizio Catalan banana. The piece is called The Comedian, that I discussed a few episodes back. I want to make a correction. I inadvertently said that the banana sold for $150,000. It actually sold for $120,000. The way it played out was the gallery posted it on the wall at Art Basel, Miami, which is the largest art fair in the United States. They sold it for $120,000. So they posted another one, which they called the second edition. And they also sold that for $120,000. And then they posted a third one, which another conceptual artist actually went up to the wall and tore off the wall and ate it. At that point, the editions ceased. But the banana, or the comedian, is back. And now it's going to be offered at Christie's. Is it Christie's or Sotheby's? It's going to be offered through Sotheby's auction house. And the estimate is that it's going to be between $1 million and $1.5 million. And often those estimates are quite modest, so it could go for millions. Now, prior to its offering on auction, which I believe is later this month, the banana is actually going to be on tour, and it's going to be in Taipei, Hong Kong, London, Paris, Milan, Dubai, Tokyo, and Los Angeles. Now, of course, it's not the same banana. The banana, they just run out to a fruit stand, and they pick up a banana, and they duct tape it to the wall, and that's the new edition. If you purchase one of those editions, you get a roll of duct tape and the banana, and a certificate of authenticity. So that's what you get. So the question is, what are you buying when you buy a banana for potentially millions of dollars? And the only thing you can say is you're buying an idea, because it's possible you could, put the duct tape banana on the wall, and every couple of days when it goes bad, you could just replace it with another banana and another piece of duct tape. Then when you run out of a roll of duct tape, I guess you have to spend another $1 million or $1.5 million to buy, a legitimate roll of duct tape, so that you're not showing a forgery. There's a very interesting question in art about originals versus forgeries. There are many forgeries out there, usually by artists whose work is of some import by virtue of where it's exhibited and how much it costs. And if a work, for example, is believed to be, let's say, by Vermeer or Rembrandt or something like that, and then it's valued at millions or hundreds of millions of dollars, and then it's proved, as it frequently is, proved to be a forgery, then it's actually worthless, because it's just a forgery. It's not the real work. How it looks to the person that owns it, or to the experts that said that it was real, that hasn't changed. But what's changed is what's believed about the work's authenticity. So therefore, a work literally can go from being millions of dollars to being worthless, with nothing changing but how people are thinking about it. Nonetheless, when somebody buys a Rembrandt or a Vermeer, there's so many artists, Miro, Dali, Kandinsky, and so on and so forth, that have had many forgeries made of their work. They're buying a painting to stick on the wall. But when you get into so-called conceptual art, you're not even really buying that. You're buying the idea. And that is such a fascinating question. It's like, what makes the idea of a banana worth $1 million or $1.5 million, or who knows, $5 million? And why will people go to Taipei or Milan or London or LA or wherever, South Korea, wherever the banana is being shown. Stand online, perhaps, to get a view of the banana, take a selfie with the banana, take a picture of the banana. It really points, if you cut through all the BS, just cut through it all, what it points to is, I'm just going to put it like this, the spiritual depravity of modern humanity, and one expression of the spiritual depravity of modern humanity. We're in the wake of a big election, so spiritual depravity of modern humanity is everywhere on display. Not hard to find examples of it. And it's a strange thing that being human beings, which is such an amazing gift, you could say. I mean, life itself is an incredible gift, and to be a human being with the ability to think and create, to have a family, to love, all the things that make a human being a wonderful destination for the soul to arrive in, if you want to frame it like that. If you think of all the possibilities for a human being, and you think of Shakespeare and Milton and Mozart and all the incredible creativity that human beings have produced throughout the brief time that we've been on the planet, and that we've come to a place where the uber wealthy class value an idea such that they're willing to spend millions of dollars on it, while people in the street, when you may be going to the auction house or the museum, and there will be people on the street, sleeping with their shopping carts and stinking like piss. And yet somebody will feel like, I'm not saying that if you have a lot of money, it's your responsibility. If you have a lot of money, however much money you have, it's your decision as to how you allocate that, and how much of that is for philanthropy and how much of that is for your own enjoyment, and whatever. That's up to you. But that one would even consider purchasing an idea for $1 million is really rather astonishing. And I think, as I said, it really points to a lack of evolution. And I don't mean evolution of the species. I mean evolution of the consciousness of individuals. Because basically, let's face it, I mean, evolution occurs in two ways, let's say. There's the great sweep of evolution, from Neanderthal to Homo sapiens and so on and so forth. And then there's individual evolution, from, whatever you bring into this life as a human being, and what you do with it, what you do with your mind and your creativity and your attention and your intention, whether you acquire wisdom and how you spend, invest, and develop that wisdom. And we as a species, although there's a lot of people in like sort of new age movements that talk about, the evolution, conscious evolution, I quite frankly don't see any evidence of it at all. I don't see that. We've had evolution in terms of like, having great plumbing and incredible sanitation and medicine and so on and so forth over like the Middle Ages, which you could imagine, living in the Middle Ages was probably quite disgusting. Everyone smelled really bad, was dirty, and the streets were filled with human waste as well as the waste of animals and everything else. So we've come a long way in that way. But in terms of the evolution of consciousness, if you look at the pre-Socratic philosophers, let's say, if we're just going to go back a few thousand years, and the things that they were considering, and then you look at, modern man going out and spending $1 million on a, roll of duct tape, I don't see that we've moved very much. And when I look at these things, such as conceptual art being so highly valued by by the wealth class. Or electing madmen into high places. I feel like I try and look at that in a way as a mirror to hold up to, because otherwise, what can I do? So, I mean, there's no leverage in an equation like that other than what can I do? So I hold that up as a mirror to, like, how can I evolve? What's being called for from me to be more conscious, more awake, more deeply human? And how can I bring that into my contribution in the world? Ah, what a world it is. So I'll leave you with that, my good friends. I hope that you watch, subscribe, like, and share this video. And I look forward to talking to you next time. Be well.